Hi guys, welcome and thanks for joining us today. So tonight we are going to start Network Security Pro Bundle. So we are having with us Abhinay sir, Amit sir, and Bhageshwari ma'am. So without wasting any more time, over to you, Amit sir.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining this demo class today. I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah. So guys, as this is the first class, or we can consider this as a demo.
Hi Amit sir, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good. Arun? Yeah. So guys, before starting, let's do a quick intro. Then after that, we'll understand for what is the requirement, what is the audience all about. After that, I think that will be the good start. Yes, guys, you follow? We can start with the quick introduction first. So I'm coming first and let me introduce myself. So guys, my name is Amit and it's been more than 15 years I'm in the industry. Means I'm taking care for the training, development, quality, compliance, all other different parts apart from networking as well. I have foundational experience in networking and training of networking courses and networking protocols, which includes CCNA, CCNP, different modules and different tracks, as well as CCI security and enterprise infrastructure, with addition of different vendors and different firewalls available in the market. So this was very brief introduction of mine, and let's jump and let's start. Introduction of other participants are here. If you guys find it good, then please go ahead and start your introduction. Just 1-2 lines, I think, will be enough. So is coming first.
Sir, my name is Vineet,
Yes,
and
Vinith.
I'm from Noida, currently working as a system administrator.
Oh, good, Vinith. Okay, good.
Yes.
Any question,
No,
Vinith, you have
Amit.
before starting? Like, what is the purpose? Like, what you are interested in by seeing this particular combo class? What comes in your mind? Like, what is your expectation from this class? This course, particularly that combo course. Might be there is some network issue, so I really apologize for that.
Like I have done many course from many institutes like Ducat and many more. But
Vinith, thank you, but your voice was not actually audible to me. I don't know if other people are also getting the same issue. It would be really fine if you will go and will put that in chat. I'll be, we guys
okay, sir.
from the
Thank
team will read that. No issue. Vinith, thank you so much for your interest and information. Hey, who is coming next? Shivam, hey, how are
you.
you
Okay,
doing?
sir.
Hey, Shivam, are you there? Abhiram is saying, hey, sir, myself, Abhiram, I am working as desktop engineer. It's 1.5 years in Pune. I want to go in security network. Wonderful, Abhiram. You are at the right place. Ranjan Singh is saying, I'm outside, sir. Too much noise here. Desktop support engineer, 4 years experience from Gurgaon. That is good. That is good. Okay. Abhinay, do you want to say something? Why I'm asking, guys, because I want to really understand your requirement. Okay. We as a team of next gen IT courses, we really want to hear from you. What is your expectation? What was the thing that pushed you to join this particular first demo class? Yeah, we are just trying to understand that part. As I'm traveling, that's why I can't speak. No issue. Abhinay Tripathi, Shiva Matre, Abhishek, Manu, anyone, if you guys want to say about yourself, that will be fine, actually.
Hello, Amit sir. I'm Javed.
Yes,
I'm
Javed.
working as a Deputy Manager IT Infrastructure in Lucknow. I'm looking for the overall IT infrastructure in the FMCG sector. I'm just here to remind my past studies, and it is very beneficial for me. Earlier, I was your student in Fortinet class, which is in weekend.
That is really impressive, Javed. Literally, it happens, guys. I can relate. Once we are working and we are on the top position, we are on daily basis in our routine, we are dealing with different parts in the company at top level, but the down layers, down level things automatically start washing out, and we just retention has gone. So in that case, we also need some type of refresher or something like revision of the topics. That is really good approach, Javed. I really appreciate you are taking. Thank you. Okay, Vineet is saying, I want to go in a network security from beginner to advanced. So you are at the right place, Vineet. Okay, so let's start. I think that this, whatever information we have right now, that is enough to start, I think. So guys, this course is really bundled course, and it is going to give you everything that you need to become a successful network security engineer. Yes. So once I say you will get everything that requires to become a successful network security engineer, then what is that particular thing I'm talking about? So let me start. Very first, you should have good understanding of networking, computer network. After that, you should know how networking devices works. After that, you should know how your network devices act in your local area network, how your networking devices acts in different networks. Once this part is done, then you should have understanding about, if you have all the things connected, means your network is working fine, means what are the things, what approaches you should take to secure your network. Yeah. For example, you made a good building in society, but you do not have any type of security there, then what will happen there? Anyone can come, can utilize, or anyone can become wonderful threat for your particular well-decorated and newly built house. The same way, your network is working fine. You have good foundational knowledge up to networking, like networking devices, how router switches works, but you don't know how to make them secure. Means someone from bad intended person can come and can take benefit of your that particular network, which was really working fine and wonderful. So that's why I'm saying everything you are going to get here from scratch. Understanding from networking concepts, what is networking, how actually network works in backend, everything from scratch up to your firewall level things, how actually now technologies are really evolving, and how things are getting shifted to cloud. Every part we are going to cover in this particular bundled program. Any question before starting ahead? Yes, guys, if you have, then please ask. No such issue. No? Okay. So guys, let's start from very scratch. So because we are talking about, this is all about network. So let's start from the network, okay? So I'm actually excited to guide you into the world of computer networking, guys. So today we'll cover what networking is, introduce some key CCNA topic. Basically, I'm saying what I'm going to tell you, that is some key CCNA topics, and see how firewalls help secure our networks. This is the part which I'll be handling. After that, there are other participants also here in this particular training demo session. They will be heading over and they will be telling you more about the firewall technologies, cloud services, as well as for some routing protocols advanced level. Yeah, you have seen that particular in the combo, like whatever things we are covering in this course. Okay, so let's start from what is networking, guys. So let's start. What is the basics of networking? So let me tell you very simple thing. Networking is the practice of connecting what? Connecting computers, connecting phones, connecting phones means smartphones, your IPTV. You remember at your home, for example, you are attending this particular class, even you joined the network. Very good example. Yeah. So in simple term, when we talk about simple network, let's take your home example. Your phone, laptop, smart TV, all connect to your Wi-Fi router. That's a simple network, guys. How simple network is? Yes. Means you are sitting at your home, you are surfing some website, you are watching some videos or some reels on YouTube or some other social media you are surfing with, means you are the part of network. Yeah, so simple network is. But that really network is something which is working in backend, which is helping us to connect with different places by sitting at home. But what about the backend? What is happening at backend that is really doing that particular thing a success? Means we are able to access YouTube, we are able to access Facebook, we are able to access some different things by sitting at home. So what is happening in backend? That part we understand in networking, guys. Okay? Yeah, making sense? So once we talk about networking, let me share my screen and I'll be helping you understand very basic thing. I have a very quick topology made already. So before starting this, I was making that topology for you. See, you guys are able to see my screen? Just affirm in yes or negate in no if you're not seeing. Yeah, okay. Thank you, Javed. Javed is able to see. Yeah, so see, this is a very basic diagram I'm showing you. This is related to company because we are going to learn all these things which we will be applying in somewhere, some company. We will be joining some company. There we are going to apply that particular skill. So any of you understand already what is switch? Any of you know already what is switch? If you know, then come in front and please speak something. Just tell something. There is no harm to share your information to the world, guys. Any of you know what is switch?
Oh,
Yes, please go ahead. Yeah, we are here listening you. Yeah? No? Okay, let me tell you. Before telling what is switch, let me tell you something very interesting. Guys, have you ever heard about LAN? Anyone? Yes, no, at least. If not heard, say no. If heard, then say yes. Confused in yes or no? Yes, heard. Local area network, correct, Javed? Once you say local area network means what? Means just we talked about network, right? Means the network which is available in your local, like at your home, like at your office premises, like you are sitting in your office in a room, there are 10-12 colleagues are sitting aside you and they also have the same type of functionality they are accessing. So this particular type of network is called a local area network, guys. See, for example, there are PCs, PC0. Here is your friend is sitting and using PC0. You are sitting, you are using PC1. Someone else is sitting there who is using PC2. Someone else is using PC3. So all together, this is making local area network. Means your network that is available in your local is called local area network. Yes. Once you want to go out of your local area network, yes, understand it, guys. Focus here. Before going ahead, let's understand this. Who connects all the users in local area network? That particular device is known as switch. So switch is a networking device who connects all the users in local area network. Local area network means within the network you will use switch, and all the colleagues are the part of the local area network. Good? Yes, no, understanding it? Yeah? Hello, hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, Ranjan, thank you. So guys, tell me, let's suppose your friend who is using PC0 wants to go on internet. Listen, this PC0 wants to go on internet. So how it will go? It will first go where? See how the connectivity is looking here. This particular PC is connected all the way this switch. Then this switch is connected to here, that is edge router gateway is showing here in this picture. After this edge router is connected to internet. So if PC0 wants to go on internet, so how it will go? It will first go to the switch, then switch will again expand this to the edge router, then edge router will help your PC0 to reach through internet. Is that making sense? Everyone is understanding it? What I'm saying right now? Yeah? So if I come and ask you what it is known as, so this is known as, guys, router. So this is also a networking device. This is also a network device which helps your local area network users to connect with different networks or with internet. Yes. So once all the users were connected using switch, they were the part of local area network. But once this user wants to go on in different network, means this local area network is trying to go on wide area network. Why I'm saying that? Because now he is not going from PC0 to PC2. No, he's saying I want to go somewhere far. That is wide. So in this case, he is going to wide area network. Guys, see here, if you want to connect very big geographical area, like from one country to another country, that type of network we know as, we just call as wide area network. Making sense? So once any user from inside wants to go on internet, means in what network he will be entering now? From local area network. Now he'll be entering in wide area network. Guys, are you understanding it? Say yes, no. Yes, come and please say.
Yes, sir.
So once the user was just sending hi, hello, communicating with the PCs or the users in the person were connected using switch, means these all the devices are the part of local area network. But once anyone from here wants to go on somewhere wide, that particular network is known as wide area network. Means simply, let's simplify it. If someone is wondering what I'm saying, local area network means a small area like your home or office. That is local area network. Okay. Wide area network, that is WAN, is like large area like the internet. So once we talk about internet is considered as wide area network. Why I'm saying like that? Now tell me, guys, internet is only available at your location or throughout the world? Tell me yes, no? Yeah. Is internet only available at your home and with your friends, or this is available for everyone throughout the globe? Everyone, yeah. That's why that is wide area network. So there are mainly two types of networks you guys will see in the companies. One WAN, second LAN. LAN means within your company you will be in the LAN. Once you are trying to go somewhere outside, that you will consider as WAN. Okay. There are some other aspects also to understand that, but these two are the main one from them. Okay. So there are so many other things, like if you go and read in books, like there will you get man, pan, so many things like you guys will get can. But again, all together, they comes either in LAN or in WAN. If there are wide area, means that is WAN. If that is in your local, that is LAN. That's it. Very simple, guys. So what is networking? Let me sum up it fast. Networking means whenever two or more than two devices are connected with each other, they are sharing some information or some resources. For example, this is a PC0, wants to access some printer is installed here. I did not connect that. Let's suppose this is printer. He wants to take access of this printer and want to print out something. So what he will do? Just give command, because they all are in the same network. He will send printing command and the printer will give printout here. The similar wise, PC1 can also take the printout because they all are in the same network. Yes. So networking means connecting different devices with each other. What is the purpose? So that resources can be shared among all. Yeah. This is the very simple example of networking. And types of networking, once we talk, then LAN, WAN, CAN, MAN, PAN, so many type of networking. Networking types are there, but we should be caring only for LAN and WAN. That is the main and crucial one. Yes. So I also told you about router. Router actually helps you to do communicate within different networks. For example, this is different network, this is different network. So this is a device who helps you to do communicate with among them. Switches are used to create connectivity and give connectivity within local area network, means within the same network. Yes, there are so many other devices. Like, have you guys ever noticed, like at your home, how you are getting connectivity of internet? Any of you? Yeah, tell me. You guys are using Wi-Fi? You guys use Wi-Fi, correct? At home? Yes, no? Confused? Yeah, guys, tell me. Yes, Abhijit is saying yes. Vineet is saying yes. Okay. What about others? You guys don't use Wi-Fi? Yeah, Wi-Fi. Okay, you guys use. Good. So, if you are using Wi-Fi, you are connected with Wi-Fi. What do you say? Is this network or not? Tell me. Yes. Hey, Vineet, can you type here like how you can say that is network? Or anything, or anyone else wants to say something like how we can say if you are connected with Wi-Fi, that is a network? Yeah, simple. Network means what? Network means connecting two or more than two things or devices with each other, and the purpose is sharing information or resources. So once we are connected with Wi-Fi at home, means what is the purpose of connecting that particular Wi-Fi? The purpose is going on internet. The purpose is accessing something like on Facebook, accessing WhatsApp and other things. So what we are doing using that Wi-Fi? We are sharing information. Yeah. So again, this again come in the part of network. Again, that is a part of network. The similar wise, if you guys will ever go office and there is Wi-Fi access point, you guys will get. And that access point, once you will connect, you guys will become the part of network. Very simple. Yeah, like we have connected one to another device is called network. Correct. Correct. Yeah. Guys, understanding network is very simple. Like this is network. Yeah. But what is happening in backend? Have you ever, if you guys will ask anyone, like you are accessing internet, right? You guys are attending this particular demo class. But what is happening in backend? Any of you understand? Any one of you can explain what is happening in backend? What are the things are going on in backend? That's why we are able to at least facilitate this training, or you guys are able to see this screen. Yeah, what is happening in backend, guys? Tell me. Yeah, definitely through network we are doing the same, but most probably there are so many things are happening in the backend that normal and in general people are not actually aware about. That's where we network engineers come in the picture and really understand what is happening in backend. Let's suppose in your area there is network issue. Who will solve that issue, guys? Is there any common person will come and will start understanding, okay, let me see it, where is the issue, I will fix it? What do you say? Will any common person can solve that? Who doesn't know about the backend, what happens in the backend part of the network? Definitely, yeah, correct. Vineet, really impressive, man. You are answering so fast. Good. Most probably some network person will come who really understands what is the backend part of network, and that person will do what? That person will really fix that issue. Yeah. How how that network engineer is fixing the issue? How can he be able to fix that issue? Reason is, cause is, because he is aware what happens in backend and what are the things. He understands things. He understands networking language. That's why he is able to understand where is the issue. And once he understands the issue, most probably he is going to solve that then and there. That's the purpose of network engineer, guys. What is the role of any network engineer in the company? So that this PC0, this user can get anything that he needs. Yes. Yes, no, guys. For example, this is PC0 wants to go on internet and he's not able to go on internet. So what is the benefit of having network engineer there in the company? No benefit, right? So this is us guys who actually help people to be connected with each other, to help network to working in very smooth manner. Isn't it, guys? What do you say? Correct? Yes, no? We are going good? Any question so far from anyone? Now let's go to another part. Suppose you have a server here. Let me show you here. You have a server here in your local area network somewhere. I'm just showing you. However, this will not be the real part. In the company, you will not see things like that, but I'm just putting it here to show you. See, this is a server, okay? This is DNS server, for example. Some user who is sitting here on internet see, this is an internet user. Let's suppose this is your company name is ABC and the website of your company is abc.com. Yeah, guys, relating with it. So this internet user opened his browser and typed abc.com. Till here, following everyone? He opened the browser and typed abc.com. So guys, tell me what will happen in backend. So what would be the first thing will happen there? Hey guys, do you know what language machines understand? Any of you? What language machines really understand? Do they understand the language we speak? Yes, no? What do you say? John Patel is saying bits and bytes binary. Correct, John, you are right. Anyone else someone is saying 1010. Correct, 1001. Right. Exactly. Yes, guys. So machines really do not understand the language we human use for our communication. But believe me, guys, we human understand words, sentences, and for us humans, remembering names are very easy. What do you say? Isn't it? Correct? So for example, abc.com, what do you think? abc.com is the real thing, like what if you say to your machine and your machine will understand what abc.com is? No. You will have to say your machine, if you want to connect abc.com, then you have to say that particular thing in the form of 011001 in that format. Yeah, or in the same language that machine understands. That's why there are some DNS server you installed in your company. So there is a DNS server who really helps what? Who really translates words, means the names into what? Means domain name into numbers, means into IP, into IP addresses. So once you will go there and open the browser, means PC4 is going and opening the browser and typing abc.com and pressing enter. So what will happen first? This PC will look for resolving the abc.com because it doesn't know what is abc.com. What it knows? Instead, it knows some value in 0101, right? So what it will do? It will go and will try to resolve what does abc.com means, correct? So your machine is set in a way, your devices, your computers are set in a way. So once you will talk them in human readable language or human language, they will go and translate that into their machine language. Yes. So let's suppose there is PC4 who wants to access your company's website, that is abc.com. So first what it will do, it will send request for resolving abc.com. Where it will send that? It will send to the, let's suppose it is on internet, so it will send that to internet, and internet will come all the way to your server, to your DNS server, and will resolve that particular abc.com's IP. Let's suppose that IP is 11.1.1.1. Making sense, guys? Till here you are following? Till here everything is looking nice, right? Yes, no? Means there is a user on internet who wants to access your company's website. So what he does, he just sent request to resolving that DNS, that is abc.com. It wants it wants something which is in the machine language so that it can process ahead, correct? So what happened, it sent request to internet, and internet router came to your where? Came to your local DNS server, and that was resolved, and things are looking good, right? Now say one thing, let's suppose I don't think we have, let's suppose this is not a normal user or legitimate user or the trustworthy user. Let's suppose he is hacker. Then he now understand what is your where your DNS server is. Now he is attacking from there. Then what you guys will do then in that case? Tell me. Yeah. So what you guys will do in that case?
We need to place some security devices.
Yes. So now this is hacker. He is now attacking your server because he knows where that server is. Now he is generating DDoS attack. What is DDoS attack, guys? Any one of you know? Means this hacker is continuously sending you request. What request? That I want to create connection with you. Okay. Just sending request. That's it. It is not waiting for reply. It is just generating so many traffic, and that is being sent to your particular server. But your server needs some time and memory to process that request, correct? But it is the intent of this particular hacker is not to actually access your services. However, the intent is to making your services go down, right? So what he is doing, he is sending so many requests, so many within friction of milliseconds. So what will happen once this server will get so many traffic at a time? It needs time and memory and processing power to process that. but the particular all the things are getting exhausted and your server will stop responding and your server will go down. Yes, have you guys ever seen like any once the result come out, guys, what happened at that time? You guys remember once 10th and +2 result come, you guys frequently go and visit the website to see the who is passed, who is scored how much. So what happened in that case? Have you guys ever been in that situation like server out or like this website is not working? The such message you guys got in your life anytime? Anyone? Yes. Yes. So what happened in that case? So many requests actually made to the same server. The request capacity of the server has gone and now your server is no more there to respond you back. That's why now server is down. Yes. Yeah, definitely. Nowadays income tax sites goes down. Correct, Javed? Even sometimes your railway website goes down. Why they are going down? Because of the weak what? Because of the weak level of efficiency made by the government companies and the government agencies to whom they give and hand over the project. Huge traffic. Definitely, yes. So to avoid any type of DDoS attack or any type of unintended things, any bad intended person, you do not want them to come inside to your company and take access of your such servers or any internal services you are making available to the world. You need some device, and that device is known as firewall. Making sense, guys? Understanding it? Where is the firewall here? I usually do not use this, guys, but to show you because we are seeing here. Oops, I think security, yeah. Let's suppose this is ASA firewall. You put firewall here. And what next? Let me remove this. Now this edge router is connected with firewall. And this firewall now connected to the internet. So what will happen in that case, guys? Tell me. So what will happen once any internet user is coming inside? So this they will have to go through this firewall. And there are so certain rules you applied here. So once, for example, in the DDoS attack, you applied here, if any traffic within this millisecond, if that is coming more than 10 times or 15 times, then block that particular user. So this firewall will block that particular user here only. This firewall will not allow that user to come in. So now will that user can be able to attack your server which is inside? Tell me, guys, yes, no? सो हो क्या रहा है यहाँ पे, गाइस समझो, एक इंटरनेट पे हैकर था, उसने पहले जब आपके पास फायरवॉल नहीं लगा था ना, उसने अटैक करके आपके सर्विसेज को डाउन कर दिया, क्योंकि कोई नहीं था रोक टोक वाला, सिंपली उसे खुला रास्ता मिला, अंदर आ गया हो। लेकिन अभी एक पर्सन को यहाँ पे बैठा दिए, इस पे आपने बहुत सारे सिक्योरिटी पॉलिसीज डाल रखी है, तो उस पॉलिसीज के अगेंस्ट में क्या कर रहा है, ये चेक कर रहा है, कह रहा है भाई सुनो, आप 1 मिलीसेकंड में 30 से ज्यादा रिक्वेस्ट लेके जा रहे हो, मुझे कुछ तो गड़बड़ लग रहा है, और ये क्या करेगा, इस तरह की ट्रैफिक को बंद कर देगा। चलो ये तो एक सिंपल सिनेरियो हो गया। व्हाट अबाउट इफ एनी योर इंटरनल यूजर इज एक्सेसिंग सम वेबसाइट? सपोज करो कि ये पीसी 0 है, इसको आपने इंटरनेट एक्सेस दे रखा है, ये भाई साहब किसी वेबसाइट पे जाते हैं और उस वेबसाइट पे कुछ डाउनलोड करने लगते हैं, उसमें वायरस है, देन दिस पीसी कैन बी कंप्रोमाइज्ड ना, गाइस टेल मी। अगर मान लो इस पीसी पे वायरस आ गया, ये कोई मालवेयर आ गया, ये पीसी अगर कंप्रोमाइज हो गया बाय चांस, मींस वायरस इन्फेक्टेड हो गया, सो कोई भी अगर हैकर है जिसने वायरस को कहीं पे वेबसाइट वगैरह पे प्लांट कर रखा था, अगर यहां तक पहुंच गया, मींस क्या, मींस ये रिवर्स सिग्नल भी तो भेज सकता है ना उस हैकर तक, और अगर रिवर्स सिग्नल उसको भेजेगा तो ये बंदा यहां बैठ करके तुम्हारे नेटवर्क की जानकारियां चुरा सकता है एक यूजर से, और इसी यूजर का यूज करके वो आपके और नेटवर्क को भी डिसरप्ट कर सकता है। करेक्ट? सो दैट इस तरह की भी चीजें ना हो। ये जो फायरवॉल्स हम लगाते हैं बीच में, इस पे हम बहुत सारी तरह की क्या करते हैं चीजें, बहुत सारी तरह की पॉलिसीज, बहुत सारी तरह की नेक्स्ट जेन फायरवॉल फीचर्स हम एक्टिवेट कर देते हैं। हालांकि ऐसे ऐसे नेक्स्ट जेन फायरवॉल नहीं है, एक ट्रांजिशनल फायरवॉल है जो कि बहुत अभी पुराना हो गया मार्केट में, अब धीरे धीरे आउट हो रहा है। ठीक है? लेकिन फायरवॉल का काम क्या होता है कि सो दैट कि जब कभी भी तुम्हारा इंटरनल यूजर इंटरनेट पे जा रहा है और किसी गलत वेबसाइट पे जा रहा है या वायरस वगैरह से कहीं पे उसे मिल रहा है, कुछ डाउनलोड कर रहा है, तो ये आपके इंटरनल यूजर को इंटरनेट पे जो इश्यूज हैं, प्रॉब्लम्स है, वायरसेज अवेलेबल है, उनसे भी बचाता है। साथ ही साथ कोई हैकर आपके कंपनी पे अटैक कर रहा है, उससे भी बचाता है आपको। मींस अनट्रस्टेड से सिक्योरिटी आपको देता है और ट्रस्टेड को भी सिक्योरिटी देता है अनट्रस्टेड से। नाउ गाइस सी हाउ गुड एक्चुअली फायरवॉल इज। Yes, correct. Who is saying asking this? Javed is asking what is the good place of having firewall. ये राउटर के पीछे लगाना इज गुड या राउटर से पहले लगाना इज गुड? सी गाइस, अंडरस्टैंड, इट इज टोटली डिपेंड ऑन योर कंपनीज रिक्वायरमेंट। जैसे मान लो कई बार होता क्या है कि हमारी बिग बड़ी कंपनी है, हमारे कंपनी की रजिस्ट्रेशन हो रखी है अच्छे से, बहुत ही सर्टिफाइड लेवल की कंपनी है, तो जो आईएसओ या जो क्वालिटी गाइडलाइंस आपकी कंपनी की बोल रही वो बोल रही कि आपका जो एज डिवाइस है ना, टर्मिनेटिंग डिवाइस, जहां पे आपकी आईएसपी लिंक टर्मिनेट होगी, वो होना चाहिए क्या? वो होना चाहिए कोई फायरवॉल। तब तो आपकी मजबूरी हो जाएगी, आपको फायरवॉल लगाना पड़ेगा बाहर। इन बोथ द वे यू कैन यूज, बट फायरवॉल लगाना डायरेक्ट इज द गुड प्रैक्टिस, व्हाट आई प्रीफर गाइस, एंड व्हाट मोस्ट नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी इंजीनियर्स प्रीफर। सो क्या करो, आपका इंटरनेट जो फेसिंग इंटरफेस है उस पे क्या करो, आप उस जगह पे आप क्या करो, फायरवॉल लगाओ। भले ही उसको ट्रांसपेरेंट मोड में लगाओ, यानी L2 मोड में लगाओ, यानी जैसे स्विच काम करती है उस मोड में लगाओ, लैन मोड में लगाओ, लेकिन लगाओ क्या, फायरवॉल। सो यही रीजन है ऐसे फायरवॉल सर्वाइव कर पा रहा है अभी इंडस्ट्री में। सो बहुत सारी ऐसी कंपनीज है जिनका बजट कम है, लेकिन रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है, क्वालिटी की, कि नहीं नहीं फायरवॉल लगना चाहिए, इंटरनेट की लिंक फायरवॉल पे टर्मिनेट होनी चाहिए, आईएसपी लिंक फायरवॉल पे टर्मिनेट होनी चाहिए। उस केस में वो लोग क्या करते हैं, बोलते हैं भाई फायरवॉल कहाँ मिलेगा, कौन सा फायरवॉल सस्ता पड़ेगा, तो ढूंढते हैं। अभी फिलहाल बहुत सारे फायरवॉल सस्ते भी हैं, नेक्स्ट जेन फायरवॉल भी सस्ते में आते हैं, कोई बात नहीं। तो फायरवॉल को चाहे आप यहां लगाओ या आप अपने इंटरनेट की लिंक को अपने राउटर पे, राउटर पे टर्मिनेट करो, यहां पे आप उसको कलेक्ट करो, बोथ द वे इट इज सिक्योरिंग योर नेटवर्क। या एक तो ये हो गया। दूसरा, आपके कंपनी के अंदर जो एज होता है वहां पे राउटर लगा होता है, कई बार अंदर में आपके यहाँ पे फायरवॉल लगा होता है, कई बार यहाँ पे ऊपर की तरफ राउटर लगा होता है, नीचे फायरवॉल लगा होता है। द सेम थिंग आई टोल्ड, राइट? द सेम थिंग आई टोल्ड बोथ द टाइम। सी, मान लो अगर मैंने यहाँ पे राउटर लगा दिया और फायरवॉल अंदर लगा दी, ऐसे ही दिखा रहा हूँ गाइस, और ये फायरवॉल फिर कनेक्टिविटी दे रहा है अंदर आपके, जाहिर सी बात है किसी स्विच को या किसी आगे से जाकर के किसी राउटर को कनेक्ट करेगा। ये तो एक अप्रोच हो गया। अब मान लो यहाँ पे आपके फायरवॉल कनेक्टेड है इंटरनेट से डायरेक्टली, यहाँ पे एक राउटर है, लेकिन आपके कंपनी के अंदर जो डिफरेंट डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट है, जोन्स बने हुए हैं, वहां पे आपने एक और फायरवॉल लगा रखा है। पूछो क्यों लगा रखा है? तो ये ऐसा नहीं है कि फायरवॉल बाहर है और राउटर अंदर है, यही टोपोलॉजी रहेगी आपकी कंपनी, यही इंफ्रा रहेगा, नहीं। कंपनी के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, क्या पता आप डिफरेंट डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट के साथ में भी आप लगाओ वहां पे फायरवॉल। क्यों लगाओ? सो दैट कि ये जो कंपनी के अंदर फायरवॉल लगेगा, ये कंपनी के, ये इधर ही उसको क्या कर देगा, कुछ सर्टेन रूल्स को अप्लाई करके यहीं पे ट्रैफिक को ड्रॉप कर देगा, अगर कोई चीज बाहर जानी है कि नहीं जानी है, सो दैट कि इधर का आपका नेटवर्क ना इंपैक्टेड हो। बात समझ में आ रही है? सो दैट इज टोटली डिपेंड ऑन योर रिक्वायरमेंट। यस गाइस, मेकिंग सेंस? सो राउटर कई बार एज पे होगा, कई बार क्या होगा एज पे, फायरवॉल। लेकिन अब वो डिपेंड करता है भाई आपका रिक्वायरमेंट क्या है कंपनी का। सो गाइज ये फायरवॉल भी आप यहां पे देखोगे। बात समझ रहे हो? इस जो कॉम्बो में आप आए हो, कॉम्बो डेमो क्लास में, इसमें क्या क्या, ये तो सिर्फ इंट्रोडक्शन है जी। आज जब स्टार्ट करेंगे तो ये सारी चीजें, जितनी चीजें मैं आपको बता रहा हूं ना, दैट यू गाइज विल सी लाइव, like this person will be doing DDoS attack from here to this particular server, टू मेक द सर्विसेज डाउन ऑफ दिस सर्वर, और ऊपर से फिर हम फायरवॉल लगा करके इसको क्या करेंगे, इसकी जय हिंद कर देंगे। गेटिंग द पॉइंट गाइज? ये सारी चीजें करके अपन देखेंगे जब हम क्लास स्टार्ट करेंगे देन, यानी मोस्ट प्रोबब्ली फ्रॉम आई थिंक टुमारो। यस अरुण, आर यू देयर? फ्रॉम व्हेन
Yes,
वी आर गोइंग टू
yes,
स्टार्ट?
sir. Yes, sir. Tomorrow.
फ्रॉम टुमारो मोस्ट प्रोबब्ली गाइज।
Yes.
सो एक वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट चीज मैं बता के फिर मैं फिनिश करूंगा, टेक ओवर किसी और को दूंगा इसका हैंड ओवर। पॉइंट हियर इज गाइज, सो फायरवॉल तो आपको बहुत अच्छे से समझ में आ रहा होगा, सिक्योरिटी की बात आ गई। लेकिन जब मैं बात करता हूं नेटवर्क की, तो गाइज एक चीज ध्यान रखना, नेटवर्क मींस ओएसआई मॉडल। ध्यान रखो, अगर आपको ओएसआई मॉडल ढंग से समझ में आ गया, और ये मत सोचना कि सीसीएनए पढ़ने के बाद ओएसआई मॉडल समझ में आ जाता, नहीं, आपकी पूरी लाइफ लग जाती है ओएसआई मॉडल को समझने में। Correct? So every role in the industry, even that role belong to L3 network security engineer, L2 network security engineer, L2 network engineer, correct? Network manager, so many posts are there in the market, but they should be, they all will be working on some layer of the SI model at least. Making sense, guys? Understanding it, right? So जितने लोग मार्केट में किसी भी पोस्ट पे जॉब कर रहे हैं ना, वो किसी न किसी लेयर को हैंडल कर रहे हो। कोई ट्रांसपोर्ट लेयर की चीजों को देख रहा है, करेक्ट, यानी कि कोई पोर्ट के बेस पे डिसीजन दे रहा है कि इसे फॉरवर्ड करना, ट्रैफिक को नहीं करना है, या क्या डिसीजन लेना है मुझे इस पर्टिकुलर प्रोटोकॉल से रिलेटेड। कोई पर्सन है आपका लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क देखता है, ही इज वेरी गुड इन maintaining the local area network infrastructure. Someone is there who is very good in routing part. So there are different roles. Once you guys will understand complete package all together, now think what type of position you guys can acquire in your company. Now just relate that, imagine that guys, मीन्स अलग अलग डिपार्टमेंट को हैंडल करने के लिए अलग अलग रोल के लोग होते हैं। लेकिन अगर एक पर्सन किसी कंपनी को ऐसा मिल जाए जो ये भी जानता है कि कैसे हैकर की बोलती बंद करनी है, कैसे फायरवॉल की पॉलिसीज को मुझे टाइट करनी है, कैसे मेरे नेटवर्क को परफॉर्मिंग नेटवर्क बनाना है, कैसे मेरे लोकल एरिया नेटवर्क यूजर्स पे भी क्या करना है, मुझे क्या लगा के रखना है, पाबंदी लगा के रखनी चाहिए। सब समझो बात को। मैं अगर आपको अभी बोलूं एक बात गाइस, ध्यान से सुनना सभी है, मैं बोलूं कि ये वाले यूजर को ना इस वाले यूजर से तो बात करने दो, लेकिन ये वाले यूजर को ना इससे बात मत करने दो। अब आप लोगों के मन में आएगा, जो लोग पढ़े हैं थोड़ा सा, बोलेंगे वीलैन करके कर दो, वीलैन बना दो, देन दिस, और दोनों यूजर को अलग अलग वीलैन में रख दो। इस वाले यूजर को एक वीलैन का पार्ट बना दो, तो ये तो बात कर पाएंगे, इसको अलग वीलैन में डाल दो, ये बात नहीं कर पाएगा। अब मैं आपको फिर एक स्टेप आगे जाता हूं और बोलता हूं, सुनो, ये सब के सब यूजर एक ही वीलैन का पार्ट है, एक ही नेटवर्क में है, फिर भी मुझे PC0 को PC2 से बात नहीं करने देना है। अब क्या करोगे गाइस बताओ, ये रिक्वायरमेंट आ गई है आपके पास, या सो रियली हियर योर नाउ जॉब विल स्टार्ट। समझ पा रहे हो? जब इस तरह की आप ट्रेनिंग लोगे तो आप पता क्या बोलोगे, लिसन लिसन, आप अपने मैनेजर को बोलोगे, सर सुनिए, यहां पे मैं ना वीलैन ACL लगाऊंगा। क्या लगाऊंगा दोस्त? वीलैन ACL। हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू हर्ड बिफोर अबाउट वीलैन ACL? टेल मी, ACL क्या होता है? किसी को पता है? एनीवन? Guys, do not hesitate. Just speak or just send message here in the chat. I am reading every message here. Tell me, guys. एक्सेस कंट्रोल लिस्ट, राइट? सो एक्सेस कंट्रोल लिस्ट का एक फंडा होता है। क्या होता है फंडा? जब आप एक नेटवर्क से दूसरे नेटवर्क में जाने की कोशिश करोगे ना, या लेयर 3 डिवाइस के पास जाओगे, तभी वो काम करेगा। एग्री करते हो? यानी ACL आप लगाओ किसी लेयर 3 डिवाइस पे, या तो किसी पोर्ट से कोई इन हो रहा हो या आउट हो रहा है, तब आप ACL लगाते हो। लेकिन अगर मैं आपको बोलूं कोई यूजर गया ही नहीं वहां तक, राउटर तक, L3 डिवाइस तक, देन कैसे ACL लगाओगे आप? तो उस समय हमारे पास वीलाइन ACL होता है। एंड ये तो मैंने एक एग्जांपल दिया आपको, ये ऐसे ही 100 से ज्यादा एग्जांपल हैं अपने पास जो कि आप लोग इस कॉम्बो बैच में देखने वाले। नाउ इमेजिन व्हाट टाइप ऑफ नॉलेज यू गाइज आर गोइंग टू गेट। यस, relating with the concept guys, relating with my thought, what I'm trying to convey? Yes, no? Hello, I'm waiting for the answer. Okay, so now I will give access to some other trainers are also here who will be helping you to understand different type of technologies. So over to you, Arun sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much, guys, for your patience. Thank you so much for listening me and bearing me so at much time. Thank you so much.
No problem. So, and thank you so much. It was really nice and helpful session for students as well. So, guys, if you have any doubt, any query, this is the right time to ask. Otherwise, we have Bhagyashri ma'am with us. So she's already a tech engineer and she's from Ireland, and she's going to start with the Palo Alto Firewall and AWS technologies. Okay. So, guys, do you have any query? So I guess answer is no. I guess all are having their answers. So over to you, Bhagyashri ma'am. You can introduce yourself and you can take this session right away.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Amit and Amar. So it was very informational session. So let's start. So my name is Bhagyashri. I have around 7 to 8 years of experience. So I'm working as a Palo Alto architecture. So I provide customers to improve their network and as well as work as a network security engineer for them. So yeah, so let's try to understand. As you know that once we build the network, providing a security for that network is very important, right? So it's not just that we just built our network or users are there in the company and they are accessing or going towards the internet without any security. So most of the companies' infrastructure or the files and folders may get exposed to the internet world. So to provide a security for that, so we need to have a certain security aspects in place in the network so that our users, our company infrastructure, everything is safe, right? So let's go ahead and start. I'm actually going to. There are multiple different security devices you can use. So today I would like to introduce you about the Palo Alto firewalls. What exactly the Palo Alto firewall is, how we can add that to our network to provide a security for that, and as well as what is the role of Palo Alto firewall, what is the purpose of the Palo Alto firewalls, why we need that. And it is very one of the easiest the device in the market, so you can learn it very easily. It's not that difficult compared to other different vendors. So there are like Cisco firewalls, Fortinet firewalls, Checkpoint, and the one more is Palo Alto firewall, right? So have you guys heard about these vendors before? So any idea like what Cisco what is Cisco ASA firewall, or we have Palo Alto as well or Checkpoint as well, right? So do you guys have idea that what are the different vendors of the security profiles or security firewalls, right? So any idea? So maybe Arun, Javed, Rohan, anyone can answer. Okay, so let's understand that you guys haven't heard about any of the security firewalls. I see that Ranjan is saying that Cisco ASA was older firewall. It was a router and a Cisco implement some policies and made Cisco ASA firewall. Yeah. So yes, Cisco ASA firewall is older, but they have newer versions in that firewalls as well nowadays. So but these days we are all on the next generation firewalls, which is Palo Alto is also one of the next generation firewall. So which handles the threat or any malicious content that comes into the network, it scans that, it blocks that, right? So if anyone is trying to access, as Amit explained, you must have got the idea about the complete network infrastructure, right? So what is LAN, where the switch is, where the router is, and where we can place the firewall. So the firewall, as a network security professional, we always place the firewall on the exterior side before we expose our network towards the internet. So we place our Palo Alto firewall or whatever the firewall on the edge before we reach towards the internet. Okay. So today, I would like to discuss about what exactly the Palo Alto firewall is and what is the purpose of Palo Alto firewall. What are the different portfolios of the Palo Alto firewalls are, right? So if you hear the term about the Palo Alto networks and their products, there are multiple products under the Palo Alto. So nowadays in the market, if any of the enterprise network is hiring for any IT infrastructure engineer or maybe security engineer, so they just don't see that if you just know the firewalls, they'll take you in. It's that you need to know all different aspects of that particular network or that product, right? So for example, in Cisco, you may know routing and switching. In firewalls, you may know Fortinet or Palo Alto firewalls. And under Palo Alto also, there are different devices as well. So understanding different products from the Palo Alto networks is important. So that's the reason I just prepared a simple presentation so that we will understand what are the different products in that. So if you hear the term Prisma is all about the cloud. So we will also discuss about AWS as well today. So we will understand in few minutes why we need a cloud, how it works, what are the different vendors. So the Prisma Cloud is nothing but we are providing a security to the cloud as well. So that also does by the Palo Alto Networks. And the next thing is Strata. Strata is nothing but all the firewalls. Cortex is nothing but the endpoint protection. Okay. So what we are covering here, we are covering cloud security, the data center security, and the device security, which are like endpoints. So this is how the complete portfolio of the Palo Alto networks looks like. So today as we are focused more on firewalls, I would like to show you some of the hardware devices, right? So the Palo Alto firewalls, hardware devices. So anyone know what exactly the firewall is, what it does? Or maybe, yeah, Amit has really well explained about what is the firewall. Can anyone answer about that? What is the purpose of the firewall in the network? So maybe like firewall saves the network from the attacks. Yes, absolutely correct. So as you know, the firewall will inspect the packets, right? So packet inspection is nothing but, for example, you have one of the user who is trying to access the Facebook, right? So as a IT administrator or as a network engineer, so you will decide whether you need to give that person Facebook access or not. That can be unnecessary, that can be against compliance, right? So you will decide whether you need to provide a Facebook access to that person or not. So what you will do, you will just write a rule on the firewall and you will provide the access or you will deny the access. So it depends how you want to configure it. So this is just one way that, I mean, most of the people will say that it just inspect the packets or it's just protects our network. But how exactly it protects, right? What exactly it does inside the firewall? What are the different contents that it reads? It not only just monitors the traffic, right? So it also protects by DDoS attack. It forwards the logs to different location, and it also gives threat protection, antivirus protection. So, and also it also reads the VPN logs as well. Suppose, let's say, few of your users are working from home, right? So how they will connect to your infrastructure? What is the way? So if they are connecting from home network, they can come up with some of the malicious content, right? They can come up with some of the viruses with them, or maybe some of the threat content in the files or in the folders, right? So how to avoid that? Those all things are managed by next generation firewalls, which are Palo Alto firewalls. They are also called ML powered next generation firewalls, which is machine learning. These days, most of the Palo Alto firewalls are learning by, I mean, they are powered with a machine learning. So you don't need to, once there is an attack, if suppose, let's say that in 2024 you had an attack for your organization, that attack is remembered by your firewall, and in future it is avoided by the firewall. So that's how the powerful the firewalls are, and that's how the intelligent the firewalls are these days. So that's about the basic idea of the firewall. If you see here, there are different types of Palo Alto firewalls. So any idea, have you guys here seen the hardware box of the firewalls? Anything, anywhere have you came across in your organization, or maybe while you're studying something? So you might have came across how firewalls looks like, right? So this is on the screen. I'm showing you how exactly the in real time scenario. This is how the firewall looks like. So suppose, let's say you are working as a network security engineer, or maybe network engineer or IT administrator. So you will receive a brand new box to your hand, right? So your manager will give that box to you and ask you to configure it, rack it, stack it, and make sure that it communicates or it protects your network. So how exactly you will do? So these all things we will learn in our class, how to configure the firewall from scratch, right? How we can connect the firewall to your PC, and then do all the initial settings. Once the initial settings are done, we need to make sure that the firewall is in correct place. And once the firewall is in correct place, then we can take a remote access of that, and then we can try to configure the firewall. Okay, so I understand maybe few of you guys have not seen the firewalls. So these are the different. Suppose your company is less, they have very less employees. You can have the smaller series firewall, which is PA400. If you have a larger bandwidth, or if you need if your company organization size is about 1,000, 2,000, or 5,000, depending on that, you can choose the model of the firewall. So that's how it is. And so I would like to show you guys how exactly the firewall looks like. So whenever you connect your device, so as Amit said, right, so we always place the firewall where? We always place the firewall on the exterior side. So this is our Palo Alto firewall. So whenever this APC, okay, so this APC wants to reach, or maybe he want to reach towards the internet, right? So how exactly he will reach? So he'll first go to the switch and switch to router to firewall, and firewall to the ISP. So once if the firewall has a rule in it, if it has a rule to return from, if the firewall wants to go from A to ISP side, then it will allow the traffic. Otherwise, it will block the traffic. Okay, so what if you have, maybe Ranjan or any one of you have your own company? Okay, so you may have 10 employees in your organization, and a few are sitting in India and few may be sitting in Ireland, right? So you want to make sure that how you can communicate between these two branches. So any idea how we communicate between one location to the other location? Suppose, let's say you have a company employees in India as well, and as well as Ireland. So how you guys communicate? Yes, of course, through internet, but yes, of course, through VPN. That is correct. internet VPN, that is virtual private network. So that virtual private, why we need a virtual private network? To have a secure connection, to transfer the files securely, right? How the VPN connections are built on the internet. Suppose let's say this is your ISP, and the same ISP, suppose let's say this is India location, right? And this is Ireland location. So okay, both are in I, allied N, and this is R. Okay, so what we will do, we will create a tunnel between these two locations. So imagine the same infrastructure here in Ireland as well. So what we will do, we will create a tunnel between two ISPs, and whenever user A wants to communicate here with user B who is sitting in Ireland, so we will send the traffic towards the firewall, and on the firewall actually we will have the VPN communication connected on the edge firewall here and also here in the Ireland. So that traffic will go towards your ISP, and ISP traffic, it will route that traffic inside your tunnel. And this tunnel, what is the purpose of this tunnel? So this tunnel, whatever the data, suppose let's say you are sending a text called 123. Okay, so if this 123 text is readable on the ISP, so the hackers or maybe the bad people can modify this. He sent 123, but once it reached towards the internet, and they may modify it as a 1234, right? So the extra byte or the extra information has been added to this data, and it is sent over the internet, and the false information is reaching towards the other person. So to avoid that, what we will do, we will create a tunnel, and inside that tunnel the other person cannot see that traffic, and we will encrypt the traffic, which is like we will just like hash it, right? So the encryption, this is called encryption, and we will send this traffic over the internet. So once here we will have a firewall. It can be a similar vendor firewall or other vendor firewall. They can decrypt the firewall, and they can decrypt that traffic, and that traffic can be readable by the user B. Okay, so this is how one simple example of why we need a VPN. Okay, what is the purpose of VPN and what is the purpose of security in our day-to-day life, right? So this is a simple example. So if I be specific about the Palo Alto firewalls and how it exactly looks like, so this is a dashboard of the Palo Alto firewalls. Okay, so in the dashboard you will see the general information, CPU and management. You can do monitor as well, right? You can see the system logs as well. You can do a lot other things. It doesn't do just like inspect the, it will do routing as well, right? You can configure the firewall as a tap interface or as a switch, as a L2 interface or as a L3 interface. It can do a routing as well. It can protect our network as well, right? And it will monitor the traffic. It will forward the logs, right? So these days, these next generation firewalls can do a lot more than the earlier firewalls. So that is why it is very important to understand how OSI model works, what is the TCP IP model, and where exactly the firewall places in the TCP IP model. So in our class, we will cover all these basics. So, and once we cover, once you always like these firewalls and these basics always go in hand, right? So it's not just that you directly jump on the firewall and directly start learning. We will go hand in hand. We will start learning gradually things one by one. We will make sure that every layer, as Amit said already, so it is very important to understand TCP IP or OSI model. In our entire career, we always keep learning those models, and in the troubleshooting also, it is also very important. Okay, so Javed is asking if we can get this PDF. Yes, of course, I'll send you the PDF with that. Okay. So, and also I would like to show you what other things the firewall can do. So here it is. Okay. So what other things the firewall can do is application ID. Okay, so what is application ID? Suppose let's say you are accessing a Zoom application, right? So that application ID need to be detected on the firewall. If the firewall is unable to detect that application, it will straight away block it or deny the traffic, or it will not route the traffic towards the outside. So this firewall will do the application identification. For example, Facebook is application identification, or maybe you have your in-house, you are a developer, or you have your own application that is running inside your network. So you need to define that application in the firewall so that it will identify whenever the user is trying to access that. It also does the threat prevention, right? It also does the URL filtering. What is URL filtering?
मैम ये
Any-
एप्लीकेशन आईडी यूनिवर्सल यूनिक होती है या पालो अल्टो में कुछ डिफाइन होता है?
See, ये यूनिक भी हो सकती है एंड पालो अल्टो डिफाइंड भी होता है. एंड अगर वो एप्लीकेशन आईडी रजिस्टर्ड नहीं है तो यू कैन सेंड अ रिक्वेस्ट टू द पालो अल्टो फायरवॉल. वो लोग आपका वो जो एप्लीकेशन आईडी रहता है वो रजिस्टर करेंगे. Yeah. And any idea what is URL filtering or what exactly the URL? आप लोग सब लोग यूज करते होंगे, यूआरएल कॉपी पेस्ट करते होंगे या यूआरएल के हेल्प से कुछ वेबसाइट्स रीच करते होंगे ना. तो व्हाट इज यूआरएल? व्हाट एग्जैक्टली दैट यूआरएल इज? ओके, सो नो प्रॉब्लम. अगर मैं सिंपल तरीके से बताऊं तो यूआरएल एक एड्रेस होता है ना, एड्रेस टू रीच टूवर्ड्स सर्टेन डेस्टिनेशन. यूआरएल ऐसे होता है कि सपोज लेट्स से आपको मेरे लोकेशन पे पहुंचना है तो आप कैसे रीच करोगे? मेरे एड्रेस पूछोगे पहले. तो मेरे एड्रेस में क्या लिखा होगा? एंड लाइक मे बी a one line that you can identify in Google Map, or you can just like come here, right? So exactly in the same way, so the URL is nothing but an address. So suppose let's say you want to reach towards the certain web server or certain websites, so you will suppose let's say next gen IT services, right? That is the address for them. इन अर्लियर डेज पहले क्या होता था, एड्रेस मतलब एक फिजिकल लोकेशन होता था. अगर वहां पे जाके आपको बात करने होते थे और अगर कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए तो वहां पे जाके वो इन्फॉर्मेशन लेनी पड़ती थी. बट अभी क्या होगा, यूआरएल में यूआरएल और वॉट एवर द वेबसाइट्स दैट आर देयर इन दैट यूआरएल, every information is available, right? So the same way URL is just like an address. And what exactly the URL filtering, right? So URL filtering क्या होता है firewall में? URL filtering, why we need a URL filtering in our network, right? So suppose let's say that URL can be HTTP or HTTPS. HTTPS is the secure one and HTTP is non-secure one, right? That URL can be malicious. That URL can be a threat detective. If you just visit that site, you will understand. I mean, as we keep on searching or browsing the internet, we understand what is genuine URL and what is not a genuine URL. Okay, but there are certain people, or maybe the non-tech people, right? So they don't understand whether that's a genuine URL or not. So for that reason, the firewall will block all those malicious URLs. So even before you reach, it will just warn you that the URL is not secure, you should not reach that. So we can set those things as well. So the Global Protect is one of the VPN, right? Which is virtual private network for the Palo Alto. So we will study about that as well. And there is one interesting concept in the Palo Alto firewall is user ID and device ID. Okay, तो यूजर आईडी क्या होता है? मतलब आपके कंपनी में सपोज लेट्स से दैट देयर आर 1000 पीपल एंड सारे these 1000 peoples, whenever they are trying to reach towards the internet, आप लोग ईमेल आईडी क्रिएट करते हो, राइट? अगर जावेद का एक कंपनी है तो जावेद क्या करता है, ही विल से दैट फॉर देयर इज for Amit or for maybe somebody, he will create his own email ID, which is amit@javed.com, right? So Javed is a company name. So amit@javed.com. So this is a user ID, and this, with the help of this user ID, the firewall will detect the traffic. What if Amit is working from US someday? What if Amit is working from Europe some other days, right? So the location कंस्ट्रेंट नहीं होना चाहिए यहाँ पे, तो इसीलिए यूजर आईडी के मदद से we will actually protect the data, or we will allow Amit towards our internet or towards our infrastructure. So that's how the user ID works, and the device ID is nothing but so it will detect your host name as well, or IP addresses as well. So that's where I called next generation firewalls are very intelligent, right? So there are different features that are available in the Palo Alto firewall. So these are the few important things. Apart from this, there are a lot other features the Palo Alto firewall can do. So in our class, we will explore those things. We will do practicals on that. We will understand what is the how we can use these different features and protect our network. So this is all about the firewall. Any questions in the firewall, or any questions, anything that you need to know about the Palo Alto firewalls? So the next thing I'll discuss about the AWS. So I'll discuss. We will see how we can protect the cloud architecture or the cloud network, right? So let me know if you guys have any questions in the firewalls.
Bhagwati, this is Rahul.
Yeah. Hi, Rahul. Yeah, tell me.
Hello. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, Rahul. How are you?
Okay, I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah.
So my question is that we have created a scenario in the manner
Yeah.
like my firewall is connected to the ISP, and for my
Yeah.
first firewall, that is my primary firewall, there are two
Mm.
other firewall is connected. One is for
Okay.
my internal user, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that is for a
Mm-hmm.
LAN purpose, and secondary is a some sophisticated user like the major client like government organizations. So
Okay.
so from so for my secondary firewall, I need to create
Mm-hmm.
tunnel to my
Yeah.
primary firewalls.
Okay.
But the thing is not happening. So we are implementing
Okay.
right now, and we are doing the audit also on the same
Okay.
manner. And we
Okay.
are undergoing this process from last 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Can you help me for this concept? How to create this?
What is the other vendor firewall? Both the vendors are same? Your turn,
Yeah, all of the three firewalls are from the same vendor.
same
That is
vendor,
a Palo
which
Alto only.
Palo Alto only. Okay. So when
Yeah,
you are creating a Palo Alto tunnel or a IPsec, you must be creating a IPsec tunnel between these two devices, right?
exactly.
Yeah. So when you're
Correct.
creating a IPsec tunnel, so there are like two concepts. One is phase one and phase two. You need to make sure the phase one is configured correctly, and then the phase one tunnels, or the uh, what you say, the IK version 1 and the IK version 2, or what type of authentications that you're using. So you need to make sure both of the configuration should be exactly identical. So that is the first thing. And the other thing, if you see the phase one is up or phase two is up, right? So if the phase one is up, then only you can see the phase two up. So at what point you are in? Like, are you, the phase one is up or not?
My phase one and phase two are up, but
Okay.
connectivity between phase two primary and secondary is not getting up. It is not linking up right now.
Oh, okay. So you mean
So
that
so so
the data is
we
not
are we are
transferring
creating
to the
we are
tunnel?
creating a tunnel inside the tunnel.
Okay, creating a tunnel inside the tunnel. Okay. You mean that, I
Yes.
think, GRE tunnel or something, kind of, right?
Yes, it will be.
Yeah. So like, um inside the tunnel when you create it, that's where the traffic is not flowing, right?
Yes, it is not going. I think, and we have, directly contacted with our ISP and the Palo Alto service provider, and
Okay.
they are also digging with it. And but we don't find any solution from last 3 days. This is what we
Okay.
are doing right now.
Yeah, I understand. I mean, we need to really see the logs actually. If the phase 1 and phase 2 are up.
Logs, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. They are
exactly. So we need the
Palo
logs.
Alto
Yeah.
people are also asking for log every time.
Yeah, exactly. So we need, I mean, make sure that you get on a call or, I mean, one-to-one call with them. And then the debug logs are very important. So you may have to uh, try to generate some traffic or send some traffic through that VPN and try to see the logs, VPN logs.
Okay.
Yeah. So I
Okay.
know, I mean, this may not help you. Whatever the information that I said, you already on
No.
very
It will be
progressive
good.
manner
Like
that, yeah,
no,
exactly.
it's not like that, but it will be grateful that you are on the way to help me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I think we will do the IPsec VPN tunnel or those practicals in our lab scenarios. So I think you may be understand in a better way, or you maybe can implement the knowledge that you gain in our class in your organization. Yeah,
Sure.
yeah. All right.
Thank you for this.
No problem. Any other questions? Okay. So let's see about the cloud, uh, what is cloud security and AWS, right? So why we need a cloud. So when I say cloud, or people may say that, yeah, we are on a cloud, the database is on a cloud, or maybe our infrastructure is on a cloud. So what do you understand by that? So what exactly the cloud means to you? Okay. All right, no problem. I'll answer that. So the cloud is nothing but a big server. It is also somewhere a physical server that is present, right? And that physical server can be located anywhere in the data center, right? So suppose, let's say you might have heard about the cloud providers like AWS, Azure, GCP, right? So these are the three famous cloud providers. So what they will do, instead of you creating your entire infrastructure, so those providers will create that infrastructure and they will give it to you. You can just like ready, you have heard about the ready to eat meals, right? So the similar way, so these are ready to access the internets, or ready to just you can configure your server, you can configure your internal users, you can configure your web servers or firewalls. So anything can be, it's everything virtual. So what they will do, you may have a big server which is like, which may looks like this. So inside this big server, so one part of the server, one part of the memory, or one part of the storage, they will give it to you, they will give a rent to you. So the other part, they may be renting it to someone else. So the other part, maybe they are renting it to the users, right? So instead of, if all the cloud users, suppose let's say in your company you have 10 users, right? So you either you can choose to give a physical laptop to all these 10 users, right? That is a cost that will come to a very costly, right? So you maybe the one laptop can cost you up to 1 lakh or 1.5 lakh rupees, right? So instead of that, what you can do, you can create a um virtual desktop for them, right? So they have to just log in through that uh, uh, to that PC through any of the systems. Either they can also log in from the mobile as well. Just like how you visit to a website, they can also visit to your, they can log into that system. And once the user logs out, this system can be shut down on the on this server, and the storage or the memory or everything is saved. So the same way the AWS provides these kind of a services. So how exactly, that's not somewhere running on the cloud, right? It is running somewhere physically on the data centers. So that AWS has a big data centers which are running in their headquarters or maybe in different locations in all over the world. And those servers they are giving access to those servers, and you can configure them as like you want. There is no specific rules, or they will provide what kind of things that you can create. For example, you may want to create a EC2 instance. EC2 instance is nothing but a desktop. It can be with the Windows OS, it can be with the Linux OS, it can be with the Ubuntu or anything, Mac OS, so anything it is. So what you will do, so how you create, maybe like, for example, is just like click, click, click and go. That's it. So you just have to choose your OS, what kind of a CPU and what kind of a memory that you want, and then you will eventually host your laptop or host that EC2 instance. And that EC2 instance, you can give that access to a particular user. For example, John is working in your company, and for that, for once you host that EC2 instance, it will just come like user ID and password. So you can generate a user ID and password, and that access you can give it to the John. What John will do, John will log in to that particular PC from his own network, but it is a virtual PC, right? So inside that virtual PC, you have applied all the security things. You have your company infrastructure, files, folders, which are all secure. So what you can't do is you can't copy paste those internal information outside your virtual PC, which is called a VM, right? So these are the different concept of the AWS. So in the AWS also we can host, you have seen the physical firewall that I just shown you. We can also host a virtual firewall on the AWS, right? So on the AWS, you can choose the Palo Alto OS or maybe Fortinet OS or maybe Checkpoint OS. So you can choose that OS and host a firewall. And for that firewall, you can configure that. Everything is virtual. You can host PCs virtually, you can host switches virtually, you can host firewalls, and then you will connect as the cloud already had the default internet access. So these all devices will also have the internet access. And how to give a security to them? So there are multiple security policies that you can apply, which is IAM, which is Identity Access Management, and we can give a network security to them, right? So we can block certain ports like HTTP ports or SSH ports. So we can block certain ports to access these particular devices. And for the storages, you can also provide the security for the storages, web servers. So we will also see how we can learn, or like how we can use the cloud provider for the security purpose or the firewall purpose, right? So these all things we will be going to study in our class. Thank you so much for joining us. So once you learn the CCNA basics, the security basics, so you will be really in a very good position to go into the market. And so as of now, what I am seeing as a, I have worked for many of the countries in Europe as well, and as well as India. So what I have observing is they're not just looking for one particular skill set. They nowadays, as they want, security profile is very crucial. So they need basics as well with that, and as well as you need to know the cloud and the security as well. So these are the different aspects. This combo will offer you all that aspects that the current industry wants. And as a aspiring job hunter, so you will be very in a good position. You can land in any sort of network engineer jobs, network security engineering jobs, and IT support, IT admin, IT infrastructure engineers. So these all few of the basic things, but apart from these, there are a lot other opportunities will open for you. So once you have all these knowledges, right? So yeah, this is all about for me. Thank you so much for joining.